Alright, so Steve, we're gonna go from the top and we're gonna show everything here. So during our heat, we got our heat smash damage increase. We recorded this on Arena. So before our heat smash used to do 45, it now does 50 damage. That is very nice. That's a nice come up. A lot better for clutching out matches. If y'all did not know, heat smash can also be done out of PEEKABOO stance. So if you're poking and you're trying to get that last little bit of health off of them and you think they're gonna pop the rage art, you can pop heat smash right out of it and potentially clutch that out. So that's pretty good for that. And even if you don't, you get plus on block. Hitbox for rage has been expanded upwards. I think everybody got that changed. Yeah, that wouldn't have hit before. That would have whiffed, but now because they expanded the hitbox of all rage arts upwards, that's able to now connect. So you're less likely to drop the combo. Alright, next change. Our Sonic Fang, whenever the opponent was blocking at a certain range, I think it was like range 2.7, the first part of the Sonic Fang would hit and then the uppercut would whiff. This move is only supposed to be like minus 12, right? But if you whiff it, it's like minus 42 on whiff. So you can unintentionally get launched. Yo, I couldn't block that. Yeah, that's real. Okay. Well, I'm glad they changed that shit. So what just happened is I did Sonic Fang. It was supposed to hit on block. So I did Sonic Fang and I held back. I hit him with like the tail end of the Sonic Fang and I'm holding back right now and I can't block this rage art. So now they changed it so that instead of the last hit whiffing, it sort of vacuums them in now. You see that? Yep. That is an improvement. The next change is the +7 to +8 change. Every move that transitioned into Lionheart at +7 is now +8. So this includes our foot stomps. If you notice, that's +8 and it has a different animation. When you punch the opponent, they get way more leaped over. As well as our up forward jumping foot stomp. With that and the addition of our new change for Lionheart 1+2 being 18 frames, we might as well go over that now because these two kind of go hand in hand. Lionheart 1+2 also received a change. Not only is it 2 frames faster, going from 20 to 21 frames to 18 to 19 frames, it now also gained a property on hit where it launches now. So it's unblockable on block, and on hit it now is a launcher. So this makes Lionheart a lot more threatening of a stance now. And it's a full launcher too. It's not even like a tornado. So this technically makes it better than Bloodhound, which tornadoes them out and you can't combo maybe a war carrier. That is extremely strong now. So what this allows us to do with, in addition to that +8 chains, is it now gives us an option against Power Crush. Lionheart was very weak against Power Crush because Power Crush can beat every option. And the Lionheart, we have a safe mid that's -9. We have a launching mid that's -13. And then we have our unblockable. So technically the mix-up, instead of a low mid mix-up, we have an unblockable and mid mix-up. But the problem with this is that in a game with so much armor, they would break through. They could just easily select that option and have an option to deal with everything we have. The armor would break through the checking mid, the launching mid, and the unblockable. So if we went into, we do the unblockable slow, and we would get beat. We do the mid and get beat. We do the mid and get beat. But now, because we're +8, if we do it as fast as we can, the mid will actually beat it now. The mid will beat the power crush. If we're +8 and we do the mid immediately, it has just enough frames to beat out the power crush before it gains its invincible property. So yes, even though that move that Jin is doing is 21 frames, the power crush starts at around 7 frames. That's gonna help us a lot. So now we have a true checking option outside of our +8 LionHeart transition. So we have something that can contest power crush. In addition to that, launching 1+2, LionHeart is a lot more threatening now. It's not perfect, doesn't have a low, and if you're not on point with your read, you can still get hit. But then now we at least have an option. Our up forward 2. That is a big change. We recorded this distance before. This is perfectly range 2 because this is the range start. I can hit it. I'm gonna step back to range 2.2 and I can't hit it. I'm gonna do range 2.1. This is about like right. Hey Nico. Like right here, range 2.1, and it can't hit. So it's at range 2. Anything past range 2, it currently cannot hit. So they might have increased it by, right now I'm guessing it's about 2.2 or 2.3. So I'm assuming we'll be able to hit it from like right here. Now we're at range 2.6. We can launch. This is supposed to be our low crushing option. Down 3 for Lee. This is our option. From 2.8, we are not hitting. Definitely a huge increase with the animation of this 2.5. Over here is 2.5. This is 2.55. Here's 2.55. Yep. 2.6. We're not hitting from 2.6. So between 2.5 and 2.58 is where we're hitting at for a forward 2. So it should be a lot more reliable against those longer range lows. They give us an option to actually combat and get rewarded for the read. Ooh. Next, we have our While Rising 1-1. I didn't even notice it. Phenomenon where opponent can unnaturally quickly crouch to evade the subsequent high after blocking the first hit. This makes it sound like this move jails now, which I don't think it used to. I'm not sure if this move jails.
It would be nice if you can get away from jails like that. But I guess if you block like a mid and they trying to go high next, you can kind of like duck under it.
Yeah, if it jails, if the move has the jail property, then that means you can't. That means you can't duck it when you're blocking it. You can't duck midstream. So I'm trying to experiment and see if you can. It sounds like they're saying this move jails. Oh, no, I don't jail. Okay. Alright, so yeah, they can still duck for a second. So we got it on standing block and crouch block. So it's ducking as soon as it's able to. But see, like if we were to do 1-2-1, this move jails. So he's unable to duck this string because 1-2-1 does jails for sure. Could unnaturally quickly crouch to evade the subsequent high attack after blocking the first hit. Are they saying they could duck quicker? I think they're saying that they could duck quicker than they could before. So maybe it's not as easy to punish. I don't see it, but I'm assuming that's what they mean. That's the only thing that really makes sense. Is that they could duck it quicker, which would give them a better launch if they duck quicker, because they get quicker access to their while rising move. I'll assume that's what they meant. If I discover anything while I'm editing the video, I'll add it in. Spin forward issue where PEEKABOO was inadvertently deactivated under certain condition has been fixed. I actually was editing the PEEKABOO video this morning, and I found a clip where I was fighting an Eddie player and this happened. Like, I was doing some Oki and I spun around to follow him, and then it canceled, and then I did Sonic Fang. So I spun, it's like he stopped like right here, and then he just walks forward, and then it cancels his PEEKABOO transition. I've been witness to this. This has happened many times during my matches, but I finally got it on actual video. So now they have it so whatever glitch you out, because I think it would happen if you would spin and the opponent was doing some type of wake up attack or wake up kick or a quick roll in your direction. Like if you were rolling, if you knocked them away and they were rolling in the foreground and you were rolling towards the foreground with your spin, I think that would throw off the cameraman. The cameraman would be like, yo, both of them are coming this way. And then they would cancel your transition, and then they would just give you a canceled forward input. So it looks like that's been addressed. So we should have a lot better Oki when it comes to spin PEEKABOO, because we won't be canceling that fucking random. Good change, good solid change, good quality of life fix to something that shouldn't have been there. Ducking Gatling. They said the 7th hit was adjusted to match animation, alleviating cases where combos would whiff. 7th hit is the hit before the uppercut. So it's that hit that just happened, and then the uppercut happened. So I'm assuming they said on the 7th hit, they adjusted it so that the 8th hit wouldn't whiff. So I'm assuming like in certain corner, I do know at certain wall combos, if the wall was cornered, you would have situations where the Gatling will whiff, like right here. See, that would have whiffed. That 7th hit would have whiffed, and I wouldn't have gotten that uppercut. But because I guess it has like a mini vacuum effect, I'm able to get the finish, so I get my proper Oki. Just in more quality of life. Steve's Lionheart, NERF. They took away our ability to Lionheart PEEKABOO cancel. This is so unfortunate. This is the last chance to unfortunate. Yeah, they took away our transition. So if you're looking at my inputs, we used to be able to tilde the input when as soon as Steve said huh after his transition, we were able to hit ducking and then do forward 3+4 and tilde into PEEKABOO stance. If you hit forward 3 or forward 4 and then forward 3+4 right after, you would be able to transition into PEEKABOO, where you could, you know, potentially do a grab if the opponent was going to do a power crush after your foot stomp, or you could do an uppercut if you thought a low was about to come, since you know you can't really duck lows out of it. Overall, good changes, and then of course we got Lionheart 1+2 now having not only being faster and being 18 to 19 frames, but is also now plus 51 on hit, giving you a knockback, legs up launcher, not a tornado, where you can now get a full combo after it, making Steve much more threatening out of his Lionheart stance, like you said before. So those are the changes. I'll be experimenting with them in some matches that'll be coming up. I'll throw those in the clip as well. So yeah, Steve's looking a lot better, man. Things looking up for the boy, man. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get the naysayers saying these are not like super heavy changes and bring our down forward 2 homing back and all that shit. You know, I'll be saying that shit. But this is a step in the right direction. We actually have options out of Lionheart. I say Lionheart is way more threatening of a stance, like it should be whenever you're getting a hit into it, and them speeding up our mix-up option, because the mid checks are only gonna, you know, get blocked if the opponent's standing, and then it's like you can kind of fuzzy duck this, but them making this faster makes it a lot more difficult to deal with. I greatly appreciate those buffs. And making foot stomp +8, very good. It gives us an option against Power Crusher, so we actually have counterplay. So I'm enjoying these changes. I gotta use a lot more up forward too in my gameplay.